Happy Monday, boys and girls. My name is Jeffrey Scott Mitchell, coming to you live on Memorex from an undisclosed location, default route, coming to you in a much better mood or disposition than I was yesterday when I made one of these videos while walking on Sunday, where the microphone got unplugged from the transmitter. So most of the commentary that I laid down did not get recorded, which may or may not be a good thing. I was in a different place yesterday. My mood was in a very different place yesterday. Today is day 5 of my leave of absence, of my presumed or anticipated 12-week leave of absence. This is day 3 without working, which includes 2 weekend days, which I would have been off. And prior to that, I took a PTO day. So basically, this is my 4th day not working, and I haven't even not worked it yet. So technically, it's still only been like 3 days. Yesterday, I was in a different place mentally. I laid down some pretty good commentary about it. A lot of what I felt was some fairly deep soul searching and understanding about what I'm going through. Basically with my mother and the kind of personality I am, being a caregiver, and just how hard it was on me. It was just ridiculously hard. It's just difficult for me. And I couldn't understand why. To lay it out, not that I'm gonna be able to recreate what I did yesterday, but it kind of started with the fact that last Wednesday, I went to work, actually drove into work, did everything, morning went just as usual, got dressed, drove in, got my laptop, got to my desk, set it up. Boom, found out I can't do it. Packed up, went home. Knowing I had a doctor's appointment the next day to see the doctor and to discuss what's going on. So basically, I was put on leave of absence on Thursday. Friday night, I'm out here at an undisclosed location with my mother. So I really haven't had time to do any processing, any real processing. I'm still experiencing it now. It's not that I'm not experiencing it. It's just I really have any time to do any real processing. I mean, being off like 2 days, and then boom, I'm out here with my mother. And you may say, well, being with your mother, is that so traumatic? The answer is yes. For me, it was. Well, I'm being dramatic, but I was having a tough time. I am openly not a person who likes to do things for other people. I openly let her know I do not like doing things for other people. I'm not a service animal. I didn't have to use the word animal because I deeply respect the people who can do that job, who have a natural inclination and compassion and quote unquote sympathy to actually be of service to someone. Different personalities fit together that way. Some may be dominant. You may look at a couple, oh, why is she so mean to him? Why is she so tough on him? He don't ever say nothing. That's just the way the personalities fit. And I've seen it work in cases like that, where the woman or the man just seem completely dominant and maybe even a little bit overbearing. And their partner just is, yeah, you know, can almost say that they like it because it fits their personality. They take a lot of the decision making away from them. And some people, like the best friend I ever had, is just a natural passenger. Natural, she said, the accomplice or whatever. She just fit that role. And that's what she wanted to be. She never wanted to be like the person up front. In fact, I used to put her in situations where she had to make a decision and she couldn't. You know, it was always, it wasn't always like, whatever you want. But it was more like, what do you want? And then she'd bounce off of that. You know, she can come, it could probably even come up with something, you know, that she totally thought of. But the initial spark of whatever was driving it was based on someone else. But anyway, there's different kind of personalities for people. The whole thing is I'm not that person. I am not that person. Jeff, can you come do this? Jeff, can you do that? Now, I've said many times before, this woman has done more for me than any person in the history of mankind. She made me the person I am, and I absolutely adore and love the person I am. I love and adore who I am and what I am so much that I think that's the highest ideal in the universe. For a conscious being to become that which he desires and wants to be. I don't think there's nothing higher than that in the universe. No altruism, no good deeds, no God, no religion, no Jesus, no Allah, whatever. Nothing is higher than an individual. And also I've been listening to a book on objectivism. And one of the lines that got me was basically, objectivism is egoism. And I was like, it almost made me sit up in bed. I mean, cause I'm self first, I've always been. I was, the self comes first way before I even heard about objectivism. And then when I heard about Ayn Rand's objectivism and the philosophy she laid out, it just basically was saying a lot of things I was saying, but it was saying a lot more scientifically, theoretically, and eloquently. But anyway, so that's me. So I thought it was me. I was like down. It was heavy. It was like a psychological burden. And I'm like, and I started putting it all together. Not that I was wallowing in it or feeling it, but I was, look, you're off your job. That's traumatic. And in fact, when I told my mother that I'm off, she's like, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. It was shocking to her. It was shocking. She said, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. You not working? You love that place. You love this. You love that. And of course, she started talking about how she worked 60 years. I knew that was coming. I was like, well, this ain't the 1960s. Because me and her, we, I don't say battle, but we do interact very combatively. And I'll be like, what do you want, lady? I don't actually say that, but my body language and everything else does. But she still called me, Jeffery, come do this. Jeffery, come do this. The other day I had to put ointment on a part of her body that I really didn't want to look at. Not the really part, but the part in the back. Oh God. I was like, oh. And it wasn't so much the area, the wound or the area that needed treatment. That's my mother's. And plus anybody's. I'm just not into touching people like that. I'm just not into that kind of, you want to call it intimacy or being that close or whatever. That's just not me, number one. No, number two. Number one is I just don't like doing things for people. And the compound on that, they have to start doing stuff like that. That's why I hope I ain't revealing too much, but since we talking and all y'all, well, a lot of people have to go through this. So that's kind of why I do talk about it. Caregiving, elderly parent. I mean, this is common. I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one going through this, but I had to put down early. I had to put it down early. I'm not changing no diapers. I'm not changing no diaper. I had to put that down early, and I had to fight her, and I had to lay it down hard and early. My sister, because them black women come at you if you need something, because black women is like, well, women in my family, black women, mothers or whatever. If it needs to be done, it's gonna get done, regardless of what you say, by any means necessary. I'm like, no, I had to lay it down. No, I'm not doing that. You'll lay there in it for the whole night. Because this was back when she had more of her cognitive skills and a little bit more ability to communicate and orchestrate things. I'm like, you better figure it out. Because when I come out here, I'm not doing it. You'll be laying in it. I couldn't do that. And then now she's like, yeah, I need you to do something for me. And she knew. And I was like, oh God. She said, I need you to do something. Will you do it for me? I was like, what is it? First, I need to know what it is. And could you do it hurts so bad, it hurts so bad. And the pain thing, I can deflect. I guess being the way I am, the being in pain part is easy for me to handle. oh. And it's not that bad. It really, let me stop and say, it's really not that bad. And it's almost to the point where I can anticipate it now. And for the most part, let me say again, and I could honestly usually say this, she's a trooper. Considering what she's going through, she's a real trooper. She's handled it really well. And I think after thinking about it yesterday and this and that, it came down to me being frustrated, not with her, because I'm not. It's really not, it's kind of not her fault what she's going through. Basically, she had radiation therapy, and she could have got pinpoint or broad area, and the pinpoint cost more, and there was a decision made by a doctor or something to get the broad one, and it killed nerve damage, and so now she's losing a lot of use of her limbs and speech and coughing, and swallowing, et cetera, and it's getting worse and worse, and it will. So before all that really started to take place, she could handle some stuff. So I was like, hey, I ain't doing that. I'm not doing it. Because I had to draw a line. That's just, I ain't gonna say nothing. That's kind of that's not just who I am thing. That's just more of you gotta draw a line. You gotta draw a line with family stuff and, dig in the trench and fight for it as long as you can, because they're gonna come back after you. Human beings, they still gonna come after you. Situations in life, they gonna still try to get you. But anyway, I'm in a much better place now. My sister came over yesterday. We talked about it. My mother's on a new drug. The new drug that seems to have alleviated the headaches, but it's like she high. It's like she's stoned, not even high, like she's stoned all the time. Conversation is broken down and very minimal. What she focuses on basically is Touched by an Angel, Highway to Heaven, and cooking videos on YouTube. And you can sit there and watch the same one. She'll sit there and watch the same ones over and over. She can't even do her games anymore. Hard for her to manipulate the remote. So it's tough. It's tough. It's very tough. So I don't fault her. I fault the situation that we can't get this fixed. And I'm at the point, I was definitely at the point yesterday was, I'll drain my 401k and everybody else's to get this fixed, to where I don't have to participate. Let's just put that in there. I will pay for everything and anything so that we can get this situation stabilized in the best way we can. And Eventually that is gonna mean a facility, but we're gonna have to hold it off on that. Facilities could be $8,000, $9,000, $10,000 a month, and that's cheap. You know, there's different things we could do, rent out her condo, have that income. You know, so we gotta start thinking about that. But I guess the best case scenario would be for her to stay in her house. And probably have to work out something where all of us would be, you know, stay with her at night. Everybody have designated nights in which they stay with her. And, you know, because somebody got to be there the whole time. So we got to figure that out. And them folks found out I'm off for 6 weeks. Shoot, I told them, nope. This is my healing time. You know, I'll come out and help out. But nope. No. You got to say no. You got to put your foot down. Just let them know now, I need to heal. Literally. Because I was saying yesterday in the video that didn't work. The object is for me to go through these 12 weeks and get to a point where I want to go back to work, where I'm hungry for it. Then I want to get back into it. And the callers don't bug me. And I'm in a different place that I can go another 7 years to delay retirement, keep my health, go till I'm 70, get that maximum Social Security, let my retirement 401ks continue to grow, et cetera, et cetera. Retire at 70 and just go nuts. Whatever that means, because by then I probably have done everything. The way I'm going now, by the time I get to 70, I'm like, I done been there, done that, I done done everything. Well, what else is there? Blah, 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 you know? So it's not like I'm retiring. It's not like I'll be retiring to do stuff. I'm doing it now and have been doing it. Of course, there's some, you know, maybe if I retire, I can do it right. I can go live, stay 2-3 weeks in Berlin. You know, get used to the culture, get immersed with the culture. You know, spend some time in Paris or wherever. And actually not just pop in, see the sights, you know, get a taste of the transit system, you know, the food, hang out a little bit. I can fly here, fly there. You know, if I move back to Youngstown or wherever, a state where, you know, if I'm bringing home $3,600 a month in Social Security, and I can rent a place back there for $1,500 a month or so. And $1,500 a month is a lot, but I don't know what it'll be back. You know, I don't know what it'll be 7 years from now. So that's the question. So we got to factor all that in, I guess. I guess $3,600 in 2032 won't hit the same way as it does today. So I just realized that. I just realized that. Okay. But anyway, still a lot cheaper to live in Youngstown. If anything is still going on in Youngstown. I mean, there are nice parts of Youngstown. There's just parts you just need to stay away from. So, you know, all that's in the mix, and retirement, and you know why, and it's a lot riding on this job. There is a lot riding on this job, more than I really thought. I mean, down to PTO, travel, money, income, and I'm not even talking about just paying my bills and supporting a lifestyle that I've grown accustomed to. With all my Netflix, oh, I ain't got Netflix no more, but my Prime videos, and MGM Pluses and Peacocks and Paramount Plus, and on my GoDaddy websites and subscriptions and Power Director, this and that, and just spent $70 to upgrade my Cubase Pro 13 to Cubase Pro 14. Just stuff like that to support, what I've come accustomed to. Of course, when it comes down to it, you get rid of all that stuff. Now, I don't know if I'm about to get rid of my websites. And that's probably about, I think it's like $20 a year to renew them. I think I got like 12 or 13 of them, so something like that. And every so often you get a $21 renewal thing. But you get to the point where some things you just gotta go. Some things you gotta get rid of. And I'll be able to do that if I have to, because I'll have to. I'll have to do it. I won't have a choice. So I'll be able to do it. Lots writing on this job, and the whole goal, the whole push for this is to get to a point where I'm ready to go back. And more than just willing to do the job, hungry for it almost. Can't wait to get back, talk to people, get back into it, have a renewed spirit about it. That's the goal. And yeah, like I was saying yesterday, I was heavy. I was depressed. I don't know if depressed is the right word, but I was probably locally depressed or temporarily depressed or, mildly depressed or whatever it is, when it's in like not a long-term thing. Short-term depression, whatever you want to call it. Micro-depression, I don't know. But I definitely was in a different place. But I got up, I walked in the evening, I got back, took a shower, didn't do no black and miles. And I think it's more and more it's coming down to the black and miles. I gotta watch my intake of that, because I'm an all or nothing kind of person. It's hard for me to do anything in moderation. But one thing that I do know, if I'm gonna wake up doing them, the day is over, pretty much. If I'm gonna wake up smoking a black and mild, the way I look at it, my day is over. I'm not doing nothing for the rest of the day. I might get my steps, do this or that, but no. So, and I did it yesterday because I'm out. It's a Sunday, Saturday, Sunday weekends, lazy days. But that was based on having worked the work week. So now I don't have that work week behind me. So we'll see how my energy is and how I feel on the weekends now when I wake up. When I get up after, using that, appropriating that energy. And today is kind of special because it's the first Monday, during my leave of absence. And I've always thought that even in retirement or whatever, I would keep a regimen. Still get up at 9, still get my steps, go back to, home, go through that same thing. And instead of sitting down to work, I sit down and do some other kind of work. And we're gonna see how that's gonna go today. Even though I'm out here at the undisclosed location, it's already set up for me to work out here. I'm already, since I stay out here, for like weeks and worked, not weeks, but for days and worked. The infrastructure's already there. I just gotta, pop my regular computer in. Got an extra monitor. Probably don't got speakers, but I got, headphones. So I better do some music or stuff, or websites or stuff, or videos or whatever. So we'll see. I'm kind of excited about that. Probably should do my taxes. Probably finish up my taxes today, stuff like that. And then even, if I think about it, working in storage or taking a field trip. Maybe I gotta run some errands or something. but just to keep moving, just to keep and have something on the agenda, something to do. And, maybe build or create under the Jeffery TV guise, under the guise of Jeffery TV, and that work on that infrastructure, do this, do that, files, all that, processing videos, et cetera, et cetera. Build that empire. I'm thinking about, like I said, I want to build a database, because I actually exported a list of all the videos I posted, actually on Spotify, or one of them, I just selected, they had a whole list of 50 on the webpage. I just highlighted them all with my cursor, drug it all the way down the bottom of the page, cut and pasted that in Excel to get a list of all the videos that I posted, my podcast. Then I found a way to export them from WordPress, and just stuff like that. Just to organize my thoughts, basically, and maybe start working on my book or whatever. Want to do that. Definitely know waking up, smoking and hitting a black of mile, going to get some chicken to eat, going back to bed, laying around, because that starts to hurt after a while. Even after 2 days, a day of that, it hurts. It literally is like, oh God. It's like 7:30, and I'm fat, full, and lazy. Just woke up from a nap, all foggy in the head. In a way, it's kind of not good, but there's a little bit of definitely pleasure in that, or enjoyment, or whatever, relaxation, or whatever. But it can be overdone, and it can get too heavy. So I'm gonna try to keep moving. We'll see today. I'm excited about it, to see what I go back there and set up. Didn't bring any of my cameras, because I didn't know I'd be out here this long. So I'll probably set something up. To shoot some commentary while I'm, working or whatever. Worst case scenario, I can use what I'm using now. Just set it up and go from there. I can even use the remote control to start and stop video. I hit the remote control, boom, video recording. Stay mic'd up, blah, blah, just all that kind of stuff. I'm looking forward to it. Being creative, and hopefully I get some recording sessions or something. Just, because I don't think I really have reached out to too many people other than these videos, because it's all new, it's all still new. And then to only have like really 2 days off. Now I'm going through some stuff now. I'm definitely going through some stuff. Stop working is a thing. Something you've been doing for 10 years, something you've been focused on, something that you have made the priority in your life, that you have willfully made the priority. I have willfully made this job a priority in my life. I ain't gonna say it's the priority, because the priority is me. It's definitely a priority in my life. It makes things a lot easier when it comes to making decisions. It comes down to it, job comes first. Takes a lot of the debate, a lot of the work out of it. And the job has lived up to that. The job has been worthy of being granted that exalted on a pedestal position. So, like my mother was saying, I don't believe her. She was like in shock almost. You know, she gonna be a little dramatic. Even in her current state, she gonna be a little, oh yeah. I'm done, you know, I'm not working. So I'm going through that. One thing I'll say is, I ain't looking back. I ain't looking back at it yet. I have no inclination. There's some things I do want to kind of like to reach out to some coworkers, but right now I think I don't even want to do that. And I don't want to have any conflicts or interests or any kind of, you know, yeah. I talked to Jeffrey, he seems okay, or Jeffrey, you know, I don't want anybody involved in it. I'm assuming there's probably a lot of bureaucracy and politics involved, and I don't want, you know, there to be any kind of complications or whatever. So, but everything is still so new. Hasn't even been a week yet. This is day 3. This is the third work day that I'm not working. Out of 30, I get 30 days off. It'd be 6 weeks. 6 times 5 is 30. 6 weeks, 30 days off with weekends. How many days total is that? 72? 12 times 7. 12 times 7. 96? Oh, that's 12 weeks. I'm thinking 6 weeks, my bad. 6 weeks. We gotta start at the 6 weeks because I haven't been approved for the second 6 weeks yet. So 6 weeks, 30 days off. Doesn't seem like a lot, and I already did 3. Only got 27 to go. Oh my God. You think about it that way. And then you factor in the weekend days. All of that. And I gotta look and check and see my, you know, paperwork I gotta fill out. I gotta fill out this, fill out that. I gotta sign up for I think I might have done it already. Something I might have done already. I'm not sure. I gotta check. And I'll check in with leave of absence people and all that. Make sure, you know, all the I's are dotted and all the T's are crossed. So we're here. 30 days. That's all. Well, yeah, it's gonna be 60. That 30 is not enough. You think about it that way. That 30 is not enough. You think about it that way. You think 30 days, a month off? No, I need more time. And I was even, yesterday, I was in my mood or whatever, feeling some kind of way. And it hit me that, even dealing with my mother, that's a stressing that I had to go through. I don't like to use the word stress, trauma, disability, depression. Those words seem to be a little too much. Those words seem to be to overstate the situation. And I don't want to make it seem like, that's where I'm at, or that's how dramatic it is, or traumatic. Even though it just might be. It might be just that what I'm going through. It really may be all that, and I'm just handling it. Somebody say, hey, you just went through a big thing. You're not working. Oh my God, You worked every day for 10 years almost. And all of a sudden you're not working. That's the thing, you know? That's the thing. You definitely should be blah, 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 blah. You know? You definitely are going through something. Don't discount it. This is, yeah, maybe it is. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it is. See if I can hold it like this for a little bit. Hold it in my left hand. That don't look too bad, huh? Give my right hand a break. Even though I don't know what you can see with the sun behind me. Probably glare. Probably better if I just turned it around and carried it forward. Yeah. So that's where we're at. So I'm really kind of excited to get back there. You know, go through my ritual, do a shower, get my breakfast. You know, probably try to get the same pretty much breakfast I've been getting for the last 10 years or whatever. Even though I switched back to grits. I made some cheese grits instead of eating my broccoli and cottage cheese. So I wanted something more absorbing in my stomach. If absorbing is the word, something more, you know, carbohydrate-y, I don't know what the word is. But, so I started eating half a sausage, some grits, cheese grits, put some in my stomach, and go at it. So I'll see what my mother got in the refrigerator, probably just grab a few leaves of salad or something. Just to get something in my stomach and to get going. See how the day goes. See how it feels to, my first day, really. Well, we'll see. We'll see. We gotta see how it plays. My first day of non-work, but it's not. Thursday and Friday, I was just, because Thursday I went to the doctor and found out that day, and I ain't go back. Friday was the next day, and I kind of woke up. You know, I'm still, quote unquote, celebrating it. Not quite celebrating, but you know, I'm still kind of going through it. And then Friday night, I'm out here with my mother, and that's a whole different kind of situation. You could definitely call it a stress. It was a stress. It's definitely a stress on what I'm used to, well, this 99-cent store closed. I guess they said they was closing all of them, huh? So it's for lease sign there. Look at it. Big, pretty building. Is it? Nobody in there. Should walk up there and see all the empty shelves and stuff, huh? So, yeah, I'm gonna keep it forward. And go like this, carry it like this. So, you know, we'll see how it feels today. I am excited about that. I am excited to get there, to sit down, to see how it's gonna feel. Now, granted, I'm not at Jeffery TV. I'm not at my home base. I don't have all my tools and stuff, and that's gonna be something. You see how many hours I can actually sit down there and do stuff. And if I don't get tired, lay down, turn on a movie. I don't think I'll eat. So I'll probably have to get in there. Probably 12 o'clock. I got started at noon. Punch in. I should even like have I should get an app where I have to punch in and stuff. That'd be fun, huh? Punch in 12 o'clock. or keep my time. Then 3:30, take my walk. Maybe I could break my walks down now to like in the middle, because if I gotta take my lunch at 5, I'll take my lunch at 5, because I like to push it to the. Maybe I can adjust all my lunch schedules. Well, I should keep it the same way. Take lunch at 4:45. Take my break halfway between that. Come back from lunch, and then punch out at 7:50. And then I can go get my block a mile or do whatever. So that's the goal. And then if I can actually accomplish or get something done during that time that I can look back on and feel productive about. Woo. And then, like I said, my mother be like, you ain't working, come watch something with me. She just wants somebody to sit with her and watch. I know it's important, I know it means a lot, but that's not me. It's just not who I am. Let alone do I see any return on investment of it. I mean, what are we getting out of this? What's the point? I mean, what's the point of all this? To make her happy, that's your mother. She did everything for you. She did this, she did that. I'm like, you're right. And that's the only reason I'm here. If it wasn't for, I wouldn't do this for nobody else. I would not do this for anybody else. Well, you got your kids, and maybe my sister, maybe my niece. That's it. That's it. It's just tough. It is tough, like I said, especially for somebody who ain't used to doing nothing for nobody, who's not used to being at the beck and call of somebody all the time. And it's funny too. It's funny. It's the same. It's almost predictable. I'm sitting there watching TV with her. She falls asleep. So I set the TV up for whatever, and I go to bed. I hear her coughing. I know she's gonna call me, just to come down to do whatever. This hurts, messing around with her, me and her fuss and fight for whatever, half hour or so. Then she's okay, then I go to bed. It's almost like a routine. So like I said, it's not really that difficult, it's me. It's not really that difficult. And probably the fact that she is, I ain't gonna say she's combative, or the fact that she's not all pitiful and sorry and weepy and crying makes it a lot better or easier, if you ask me. So she's almost demanding. Pick this up, can you get this? Fill up my thing. She'll tell you without even blinking what she need. Get this, can you put that? Can you hand me that remote? Can you put that on TV? That's not me. Even just thinking about it, it gets my metabolism a churning. And she's really not that hard. They'd probably say yet. She's really not that difficult, probably yet. Things are gonna get worse. There's no way around it. It's just me. And I was saying yesterday, I fully accept that. I'll wear that hat. That's me, it's me. It's me, baby.
Wait.
It's me, it's me, it's me. It's me. And I'll wear that hat, I'll wear that badge. I have to accept being that person.
Walk Please, on to cross.
So I'm in a much better place today. Hopefully they'll let me go home today. If I know them people, they're gonna say, oh, can you stay home with it? I know it's coming. I know it's coming. Oh, because the responsibility of taking care of her falls on all our shoulders. And there's pieces in it that may or may not, there's pieces in it that we may or may not be able to rely on. And everybody has obligations, everybody has responsibilities. And Mr. off for 6 weeks. They gonna try to use that up, and I can't let them. I cannot let them. And I know my mother, can you come back out? No, no, no. And I can see a situation coming that where you know, certain pieces of this puzzle may not hold their space. And it's gonna be me who gets that call. I'm gonna have to say that, nah, you gotta almost think of an excuse. Because you just can't say no to these people. No, why? No. Why? It's almost impolite just to say no. But from the objectivist, egoism-ish way, no is enough. I ain't got to give a reason because I said no. I'm not doing it. People get offended if you just say no or this or that. You know, that's just part of the culture, the way things kind of are or have been. You hear me practicing? Practicing my no. I'm going home. I've been out here. My days off, always off. Thursday night. Only been home one night on this leave of absence. I've been out here more times. And my mother say, well, you can stay here and relax. No, I can't. Ain't no relaxing with you. No, I can't. You can stay here, lay around and eat. No, you can't lay around nothing with you. Them days is over. Even though they ain't never been. Because if she felt like doing something or we need to do something or she got something in her head that this need to happen, talk about it. I mean, she definitely, you know, created a nice space for all of us to come. And that's always been her thinking. She says it's from the Native American tradition in our family, from her great-grandmother, from my great-grandmother, her grandmother. You know, she just built her house to accommodate a larger family that didn't exist. And basically, we all end up staying there, just about all of us staying there. There's a recliner there, where all of us slept in that recliner at one time. Everybody in their family in there slept in that recliner. Everybody in the family in there drove that 1988, I think, Buick Regal, I think. We all been in that old bucket. Granddaughter done wrote on her walls. You know, so climb them steps. It's just, you know, how she built her life, how she structured her life. I could have made it. I'm tired. I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna push the button and wait. I could have made it.
Wait.
It's still green. In fact, I can still make it. I can still make it. And actually right now, I can still make it. No, I couldn't now. Anyhow, it looks like I did an hour. Looks like I've done an hour. Anyhow, swinging on y'all 2 times. For me and for the phone. And for every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom, in this or in any universe that ever was, is, or will be. I'm showing off now. You gotta watch out, people will run you down. You gotta watch out, people will run you down. They don't be looking. Pedestrians got the right of way. Where was I? I was showing off a little bit. In the universe, in every elementary particle that has ever existed in any atom, in this or in any universe that ever was, is, or will be. The totality of it all, theory of universe, hypothesis of all as one. My name is Jeffery.